On day 10, it rained a bit, which sucked. But I spent the day moving equipment around, washed some things off because why not, and I sold the rest of the logs I had laying around. I also bought something, which brings us to, boom, day 11. And what I bought was this, a new cultivator. I need a new cultivator. The other one I have is tiny. It's too narrow, and at the end of the season, a bunch of stuff goes on sale, including planters and cultivators. I didn't buy a planter because I really don't need another one right now. I am not planting corn next year. Forget that. Oh my god, it folds up, it has wheels up action. Look at this stuff. It's huge. The thing is huge. I love it. The rest of day 11 and all of days 12 and 13 were spent grinding up stumps and logs to sell the chip. The chipper I got is nice enough, I guess. But the reason there are so many jump cuts through this section of the video is that it's really a pain to load the wood in easily. There's a little narrow mouth, and if you push the logs in, especially if you put them in like narrow side first, it'll just shove them up to the top of the mouth, and it gets wedged in there, and you have to back them out, or it just bounces against the top of the stupid mouth. And I didn't want to show you that over and over and over again, but it happens a lot, so much. It's such a pain. And I went crazy here. I went and found everything that I had laying down on the ground everywhere around the farm. I went up and around the new shelter. I went down all the roads. I even walked down to the edge of the newer fields where I had just thrown stuff in the woods. I just wanted everything I could possibly find chipped up. Now, what I decided to do was use Clifford and the old Massey Ferguson trailer to haul things around. So I'd throw the stuff in there and then take it somewhere and dump it. The dump action when it's hooked up to the tractor is fine. The dump action when it's hooked up to Clifford isn't great, and I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's a connection issue. I don't know if it's a problem with, and it doesn't matter. Because I'm not doing it anymore because the stupid thing gets stuck so bad. When you dump the Massey Ferguson trailer full of sticks, they don't come out. The gate is in the way. The sticks don't slide right. It doesn't go up, I guess, high enough. Like dumping grain and dumping chip with it works fine, but dumping sticks is just nightmare. I spent more time pulling them out of the trailer. I spare you all that, but you know, if it's little logs and like all the little wedge shaped things that I end up cutting out of the trees when I cut them down, those are fine. You know, those are okay. But the branches and the tops of the trees and stuff like that, they don't work. They're awful. So spent all day on day 12 and day 13 really cleaning up all my stuff and reorganizing. I also had, I guess I'll leave this in. It turns out when you take the hydraulic off the front of Stacy, the way the system works is you put the bucket down, and you can't see it from inside the tractor, obviously. It's all the engine's in the way. But you put the bucket down, and then there are two clips in the front, and you release them, and it kind of comes up a little bit, the hydraulic ends, and then you disconnect all the hydraulic bits, before you do all that, the hoses. And there are these two little feet that come down, and behind the bucket on the lever arms that it sits on. That's what it rests on. Well, I didn't have the bucket flat, like the mouth flat, and so it tipped forward away from Stacy when I released the latch. And it's too, I can't, hanging off of it, it won't come down. Like, it was just too high. So I had to use Gabby. And this is embarrassing, but hey, it's content. I had to use Gabby to very gently push the hydraulic arms down, millimeter by millimeter. So, go in Gabby, just tap the hydraulic handles, and it just nudged that thing down a little bit. Get out, walk up to it, realize it's not far enough, but I don't want to shove it. Obviously you don't want to just drop the hammer and smash the hydraulics or smash Gabby's claw into the top of Stacy's engine cover. But yeah, that was fun. Lots of fun. So that's it. Day 13 was it. There is a day 14, but I spent all of day 14 cleaning up around the farm and doing paperwork and going to the store and stuff like that. It's my day off. So I'll post my final cash money thing here. How much I'm coming back, bouncing back from the big giant purchase of Stacy and all the equipment. So. But the new cultivator won't get used until next year, obviously, so it's just parked up in the shelter. But anyway, that's it. I hope you guys suffered through this weird 14 days. I think it's going to be about 4 episodes looking at my editing I've done so far. I'm really sorry I messed up the recording. I'll double check before I do my next recording. Probably tomorrow or the day after I'll start back to work because I got to clear some trees. But I will make sure that it is recording. And see you next time.